hot girl summer, I mean,
how I'm feeling right now is that I'm scrolling on my stuff, scrolling on my feed of the YouTube, and I just feel like we all waste so much time watching all this stuff where it's like just pushing new products, buying new things, watching hauls, trying to like get off on this dopamine hit of like seeing other people buy things. And it's like, I miss the days online where it felt like we were creating videos and creating things around creating a life that we loved. I love seeing videos of, I mean, even if it was like planner videos, like, do you guys remember online? And before it was like over curated, right? When it was more of just like talking about shit you love and talking about things that you loved doing. And it's almost like we're so disconnected from this part of life about just like, I don't know, I don't want to be part of the problem, you know? I don't want to be part of the problem about creating surface level shit. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I almost view everything now in the lens of being a mother. And if my child were to see this, if my daughter were to see this, like, I think that becoming a mother, like, I just like heard the inner critic in my head of like, being a mother is not a personality trait, but like it really is. Like, becoming a mother was one of the best things that I ever did. And becoming a mother was also one of the most natural things I ever felt in my body, in my inner power, my inner goddess, my inner knowing of like, I know I'm meant to be a mother. I didn't always know I wanted to be a mother, but I knew I was meant to be a mother. Some of you guys are going to be able to relate to that, but I look at it now of like, do I want my daughter to feel as if she's almost like not able to have any sort of like white noise or void in her life? Like, can my daughter feel safe and comfortable to just be present with herself? And a lot of us, I feel like we just scroll, looking to feel something or looking to distract ourselves from what we are feeling. And then I feel like I'm part of the problem on TikTok. Then I feel like I'm part of the problem on Instagram. And thank God, I mean, I can talk about it soon, but thank God that part of my life is gone. The one little piece of stress that I had online is gone. So thank fucking God. Thank God is blessed. God is blessed. I would talk to my girlfriends, especially other moms and other friends in this space of online creation. And I know on the surface, it looks like, oh, all you do is make videos all day. All you do is post videos and reels all day. I know that's what it looks like. And that's part of the job. Part of the job is making it look easy. And most of the time it does feel this sense of ease of when you stay in alignment with creating content, with documenting content, and making these pieces of art. Essentially, when you just make it from a very aligned piece of you, it does feel easy. It comes from the heart. When you are trying to do it for a gain, for a certain number, for a certain monetary reason, for someone else's approval, for other people to like it, that's when it gets tricky. That is when it gets like a little bit icky and heavy. And I had felt like really heavy about what I was posting about, like, I don't know what I want to post, I don't know what I want to talk about, I don't want to, all these things. And there was one factor causing like stress around it, causing an outside thing to weigh heavy on my heart. And I was talking a lot about it with my friends in this space, and the universe took care of it. God took care of it. Spirit took care of it. And this is what I'm always saying of like, when you are saying time and time again about something stressing you out, about something not feeling good, God, source, the universe is going to take it away. Whether you think that is the right answer or not, they're going to make a move for you. A lot of the time, the move that you couldn't make for yourself. I know I couldn't. I was too scared. Universe did it for me. So that's kind of where my thoughts are this morning, of realizing how much just like numbingness there is, right? I just posted a training in our Like Honey kind of about this. I just booked a trip in 3 months with one of my dearest friends. We've been friends since we were, 15. I'm 29 now. Long time. Now we're both mothers, both spiritual women. We were not spiritual women when we were friends in high school, which is so funny. We were in DECA together. We did like those mock trials together, won first place together. my sweet Virgo. You know what's so beautiful too? I have so many Virgos in my life that are my greatest teachers. They trigger me, but triggers are your teachers. This world of like, we avoid any trigger. We avoid anyone who thinks differently, speaks differently, like has a different opinion. Embrace it. Fucking brace it. My greatest lessons, my greatest moments in life, like my mother, Virgo, my partner, Virgo, one of my best friends, Virgo, one of my friends who is the most triggering person in my life and still one of my best friends, Virgo. I'm telling you, there's some key in this life of like not trying to be comfortable all the time. I spent a good 15 minutes if I'm being honest, crying this morning with the realization I am the adult that little me would have clung to and found comfort in. I'm not adult now. I grew up and became that person. Just went and did my river little swim, and the first one of the season, and it felt so good. And just thinking about what I was saying at home about my content, and online stuff in general. I want to hear from you guys. Like, what do you think? What do you want to see more of? What do you want? Like, whenever people are like, I want to see vlogs, I'm like, yeah, but what do you want to see? Like for example, I love talking about cooking. I love showing in nature and like talking about why I do certain things. Like, for example, going in the river. Like the cold plunge is really good for your nervous system, your immune system, as well as like cleansing your aura, right? Like energetically, natural bodies of water are really good for your energy. And the same way natural moving water is good for cleansing your crystals, cleansing your physical body also. I think and feel and know that I feel a big shift coming towards my content, my art, my work. And I know that I create the energy that I want in like my courses, my membership. And I always feel like it's just a little bit hard to like relay that here, honestly. And I don't know why. That's my own little block, my own little limiting belief. But I'll never forget, favorite content that I've ever made was when I first moved to the mountains, when I first left LA, and just those vlogs focused around like healing myself, mind, body, soul, putting myself first, immersing myself in nature. This is really what's important to me. This is really what I care about. And I don't know why I just like feel resistance to sharing that sometimes. Tea. Just went to the health food store for a little bit of our favorites. So of course, my organic sea snacks, the toasty onion is the best. Picked up more of the organic Honeycrisp apples. Got some shishito peppers, green grapes. I got organic blueberries from Miss Lala. That is absolutely one of her favorite things right now. The green grapes look really good and they were all on sale. I love a crunchy grape. My favorite. But I wanted to keep talking about what we were speaking of at the river. And that's simply like, I would love to hear from you guys, like what you're wanting to see. When I think about, so I had a really beautiful conversation with one of my girlfriends, who's also a creator online. Oh, just got Also picked up more of my favorite water, the Castle Rock water. They have a case on hold for me. Mr. Manifesto will come pick up. Yes, natural spring water. Captured from the mountain streams beneath Mount Shasta. 777 and 333 as I say this, but I want to talk to you guys a little bit because I personally would love to hear what you think and kind of what you're craving in your life, because I feel so hesitant to talk too much about motherhood, share too much about motherhood. I don't want to upset people who are like, I'm not a mom, I don't care. And I almost feel like I'm going through this next level spiritual awakening and this new chapter of my life. And it's so interesting to witness this part of myself that's just still trying to figure it out. That is so much of a human of, wanting to include you guys, my online family. And it's on Instagram, I feel like we have a really good connection. TikTok helped me really fall back in love with social media and creating. And it's I know that I hold the essence and the radiance, and my vision comes to life when it comes to like Honey, our membership, and my courses, for example, and putting these little containers together of essentially just containers of self-love and talking about all just the magical things and talking about law of attraction, talking about the divine feminine, and including these parts of my life. And I felt like people just kind of made fun of me for it for so many years on YouTube that I just kind of stopped talking about it. And now those aspects of my life are exactly, I feel, think, and know, those are the things that make me a great mother. Those are the things that make gentle parenting and conscious parenting and slow living so easy for me now. And I hope her day gets better. Really wanting to just always take a breath. And I just, my intentions so deeply, the more that I think about it, my friend had reached out today and we were really talking about, she was feeling just super burnt out with online. She was like, I feel like I'm irrelevant. I feel like nothing I post matters. And I'm like, well, do you like what you post? Do you care what you're making? How are you feeling? And I feel like the energetics of everything matters. And screw an algorithm. Who cares about an algorithm? I care about a community more than I care about an algorithm. I don't care about my video going viral. Oh, 444. Stability, foundations. But I don't care about my video going viral as much as I care about my community finding value in it. The women that I love and adore and I make content for, that they feel seen in it and that they take something away from it. I am not someone who I want to cause emotional reactions in people that creates the engagement. I want, if people are engaging with my videos or my TikToks, whatever it may be, it's because they see a little piece of them in it and they feel inspired, they feel the love, they feel the alignment within it. And I think that is so rare online right now. So I would just love to hear from you guys, because with all of my friends, we've really been talking, and everyone that I speak to right now desires so deeply a level of community and a level of sisterhood. And I'm just I feel like we are slowly but surely getting back to really times of caring about the simple things and realizing, this is what we've been talking about in Honey for the past, couple weeks of really focusing on the small things. I was scrolling on YouTube and it's just hauls and mukbangs, and you're on Instagram and every manifestation teacher wants to talk to you about money and their G-Wagon and fucking a designer bag and when they're going to Bali and a 6-figure month. And it's well, that's cool and great, but when your head hits the pillow, what do you think about? What do you dream about? What feels good in your life? At 3 a.m, if you're upset, if things are going wrong, who do you call? How do you feel? And that's what I care about in my life. How do you feel in your body? Do you feel good? Do you feel connected to yourself? Do you feel like you can take a really big deep breath? Because I crave so deeply to be making my content and my art and everything, how I show up here on this platform for you guys. Like, I crave so deeply to go even deeper, and I feel like you see it in my like motherhood update videos. Like, I don't want to step on toes, but I feel like there's so much more that I want to say, but society has us so convinced that we have to view our children as a burden, and it just breaks my heart. I want to talk about loving motherhood. I want to talk about how deep in my bones I know more than anything that I am a good mom, and I want to talk about how like empowering it is to feel as if like you really did heal your inner child, and looking back and like thinking about all these things. And I don't know, it feels like a very magical time in life, and it feels also like I'm going through like this very transitional time, and it just feels open, you know? Like, it feels like there's a lot of freedom. It feels like there's a lot of options, which I think a lot of people are feeling right now. And just like a lot of surrender is needed. So I want to hear from you guys. Like, you know, when people are like, oh, I want to see vlogs, but like, what do you want to see? Like, what parts of my life interest you? And what I mean by that is not like human curiosity, but I mean like what part of you feels excited about, you know, whether it's cooking healthy meals, or realizing, you know, what parts of you need to be remothered, or, you know, looking at conscious like communication and open-hearted love in your relationship. And it's like, I feel like the moment that we really enter this mindset of being open to shifting our mindset, like, I have been made fun of time and time again for all of my woo-woo stuff, I used to call it, and like all of the mystical and all of the law of attraction and the inner goddess stuff. And now it feels like that stuff's like much more popular. So it's like, okay, this was funny that I was like talking about it years ago and I got made fun of. I got a really hard time for it. So I decided to make my courses and just be like, okay, well, I'll pull it off YouTube, and if people don't want to watch it, they don't have to. And it's such a interesting journey to witness. And now I'm at this point in my life where I just see so deeply that like our world needs more depth. Our world needs more depth. I get online and it's just like so surface level. It is so surface level, and we are all too beautiful and radiant and multifaceted humans. Like, there is so much more to us than just these surface level things that we see. So that's where I'm at in my head of really, you know, I want to connect deeper. I want to love more. I want to open my heart more. I want to share more. Really, it was so exciting getting to like talk to so many of you guys on our spiritual hot mom shit Instagram, as well as like in the Like Honey group, about a potential retreat coming up, a spiritual hot mom retreat. That would be so fun, like spiritual hot mom summer camp sort of vibe, and just creating a really safe place for like moms to come together, women to come together, even if you're not a mom. I think becoming a mom shows you really how much women need each other even before motherhood. I feel like as women we have so much work to do. We think that, I don't know, people are just so catty to one another, and I'm like, why, you know? So this is where I'm at, feeling a need and a desire, not a need, a desire and a craving to like dive into the deeper things and share more. 222, I am so in love with life. I've been crying all day just how much I'm in love with this life. And now I'm gonna get to go home and go see my baby, who's home with her dad now. So excited. But I can't wait. I can't wait for this next chapter. This next chapter is filled with just true divine feminine support, true women supporting women, true fucking alignment, true inner radiance, true taking care of yourself and showing up for yourself, soul care. If you've been in any of the courses, you know soul care, the deepest of shit, is like, I think what we forget is like our shadow self, these moments that like these parts of ourselves that we want to hide, like your shadow self is still you. Like that is just you, the pieces of you, the shreds of you, the darkness of you that simply just needs to like have a little extra light poured on it. Like, we forget that, you know, people want to avoid the shadow, or even worse, we linger too deeply in the shadow, thinking that it has to be this overwhelming thing to heal. And if there's anything that I've seen within, like, you know, the online world within the past like 5 years, it's that people have you guys convinced that healing has to be hard. They have you convinced that life has to be hard. They have you convinced that fucking you have to go through all this turmoil before it gets good. And we're here to break through that. So I can't wait to read your comments down below. If you're normally a silent viewer, please chime in, because this is about to be a really good chapter, a really, really good chapter. And I've been showing a tiny bit more of Lila, and I don't know what I will continue to share, but I share when it feels good, and I listen to my heart, and that is what matters most. Oh, that is what matters most. So, I love you guys so deeply. Tell me in the comments down below not only what you think about this topic, but what is one thing in your life right now that, one, you want to change, or two, what you're manifesting. The best part, some people will see that as the same thing, and some people will view it as two different things. And guess what? You're both right. I love you guys so much. Radiant living. Radiant fucking living, and being unapologetic about your joy, your happiness, your changes to create happiness, all of it. Where's my baby? I thought she would be back right now with this. Can't wait to read your comments. I love you so deeply. So, so deeply.